purpose behind the madness of what's on my hand. It just comes to prove how much one piece of litter can do to the environment. I picked up this piece of litter about 1.5 miles from my house. I'm now about 1 mile from where I picked it up. People don't get that one piece of litter can cause so much damage. Imagine my hand being an animal about the same size as my hand, of course. But you see what it can do to my hand. Imagine what it can do to an animal that got a hold of it and started chewing on it, like a raccoon or something. Imagine what that much litter could cause one animal and how it could hurt them. Maybe if people would realize how much their litter causes damage to the environment, then they wouldn't do it as much, or maybe not at all. Litter is dangerous. An animal could choke on this, could get it wrapped around their necks. To tell you the truth, I'm not even sure what this is. I think it's a bunch of film strip that I wrapped around my hand to represent the litter of everyday world. You can barely see the skin on my hand. So far, I have seen a Nerds wrapper, a Smart Water, and an Aquafina bottle. That's just the small bits. I've also seen McDonald's cups and Subway wrappers. Animals could suffocate on the Subway wrappers, get their heads stuck in some of the things I've seen around here. It would all be bad because it could kill them. Brands are very damaged by seeing litter from that company. It damages the reputation and the hopes of that company. I've seen a purified water jug and many cigarette containers. People have just thrown these things out their windows. It's just ridiculous how much one piece of litter can do. I can imagine 17 different ways that this film or whatever it is wrapped around my hand could hurt someone. I mean, there's a container as we speak. The more litter that we see around here, the more it damages our home environments. And with Shepherd, for instance, we have the Maple Syrup Festival. The scary thing is that tourists might stop coming to Shepherd because of all the litter. Would it really be worth it to damage our home environments for one piece of litter when we could find a trash can or recycle? There's a coffee cup and something from Rally's. It's just so much filth that is in our environments right now. There's a Marlboro container and a McDonald's cup, a Soaring Eagle cup. All of these things, they take a long time to dissolve. A chip wrapper, for crying out loud. It damages animals. Cheese bread from Little Caesars and beer boxes. All of this stuff puts horrible toxins into the ground. While it decays, while it dissolves, styrofoam puts all of these chemicals and everything that could harm animals and humans. It seeps into the groundwater, gets into rivers and lakes. Where one piece of litter is dropped doesn't mean it'll stay in that spot. There is no possible way for litter to not harm our environments. Powdered salt and beer bottles. These are all things that we shouldn't throw out our windows. I just wish that people would see how much their trash has done damage to environments such as this one. This is Wynn Road out near Wynn. Little ketchup wrappers, styrofoam. It's not just Wynn, it's everywhere. Mountain water. Cigarette cartons. Another water bottle. The environment is a very fragile place. Plastic and other things, they can be so harmful. 55% of all litter is cigarette butts that people just are too lazy to find a trash can for. And papers from magazines and everything else. Is it really fair to throw that into environments? I mean, for instance, this rope. An animal could choke on it. And clothes? Chip wrappers. More clothes. A cardboard box with a water bottle in it. All of these things can harm animals. Imagine one small animal out looking for food and it comes across this can, for instance. And they try to stick their head in this can. And this can gets stuck on their head. A majority of problems with litter is that nobody knows about most of them. If people know, they can do something to stop it. But the clothes, the frozen bag, Gatorade bottle, all of these damage not only the natural community, but everything about it. Marlboro cigarette container. Marlboro or whatever it is. Fireball whiskey container. Bubble wrap. Animals can choke on cigarette butts and ropes, and these take forever to decay. All of these can damage a lot of things. The decaying of these products releases toxins and chemicals into the groundwater and everything else. There's another cigarette box. Would it really be that hard for people to find a trash can or a recycling bin and put these objects in them? I mean, seriously, that's what 2 pieces of litter have done to my hand. Not to mention all of these plastics and containers. Like, there's another milk container. They are all... Oh, across the road, there's a sweater laying there. I mean, really. And beer cans and everything else. Metals don't decay. They stay there. It's not that hard to make it to a trash can. People are either too lazy or just think that other people are littering, why don't I too? But that's not how it should be. You should be able to walk down a road and not have to step beside litter and trash. Like me, I'm on this road taking a nature walk. I've already seen all of these litters, chew containers. Plants can get strangled out. Environments can be damaged. Whole ecosystems can be torn down by litter. Another Gatorade bottle. A cup from Pixies. A water bottle. These are all things that could have been prevented. I mean, plastics and all of this, they're recyclable. I mean, of course, they don't pay you to recycle them, but still. True Moo containers and Wendy's cups. I mean, seriously, all of these damage everything that some of the people who try to protect the environment have worked up towards. Maybe it shouldn't be so hard. Maybe you should go from seeing stuff like that, like nature, to stuff that is trash. I mean, why would you do that? I'm not saying that I haven't littered at least once in my life, but I always feel really bad about it. Sometimes it's even on accident. But still, do you really think that just because everybody else is doing it, you should too? See these plants? There's trash bags and vitamin waters with candy bar wrappers in them. It's all of these different things that could harm animals. These containers, these things, they take so much to decay and dissolve. People like I are trying to prevent them from ever reaching our systems, our groundwater, and everything about it. These containers, these ropes, these whatever the other thing is on my hand, they can all harm animals. Papers and everything, just it builds up over time. See you next week when I talk about how much litter I have actually cleaned up.